We're ready.
Me and the squirrel are ready.
You want an intro?
Hey guys, welcome back to Bean Juice.
It's so good to see you again.
We have a guest. Just picked him up, gave him a ride, and now he won't leave me alone.
Yeah, kind of clingy.
It's this squirrel, chipmunk. Squirrel, I think.
I think it's a squirrel, yeah.
It's a squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. I'm gonna call him Charlie from Charlie and the Charlie Factory. Charlie and the... I want a squirrel.
I want a squirrel.
Oh no, I'll call her Veronica, actually.
Oh, that's really good.
Veronica's the one that wanted the squirrel, right?
Yes.
Veronica's...
Not Salt, because that's Veruca Salt. Is her name Veruca? Wait. I don't remember.
I'm going to look it up. That's what I'm currently doing, is Googling.
Welcome back to Bean Juice, episode number 9. We're almost at 10.
Dude. It's only taken us a couple of months. Chick from Charlie
Why
and
don't
the
you just look up like cast?
chocolate.
Blueberry Squirrel Girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Julia Veruca Salt.
It is Veruca Salt.
Hello, this is my squirrel, Veronica. This is my squirrel, Veruca, Salt.
First name Salt?
Yes.
Okay.
Veruca.
Salt,
I keep wanting to call her Veronica.
You can call her Veronica Salt if you want.
Anyways, me and Miss Salt would like to welcome you all back to the podcast, number 9. I think you should start us off with your story of
I
yesterday.
do have a story. Well, did you have a good Valentine's Day? Did you do anything special?
Yes, I had crab legs for dinner.
Oh.
And I received quite the gift. I got a human-sized bear balloon.
What is that? Is that his feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a nice little 0.5 of him. Yeah, get into that.
It doesn't look like feet.
No, so here's an actual full body. It kind of looks like he's got breasts for feet.
I was thinking balls. Either one.
He has balls for feet. So I got that. I had some crab legs. I painted a little bit. And then I read. And then I did homework.
That's fun.
It was a nice, relaxing afternoon.
That sounds a lot more nice and relaxing than mine.
Yeah, get into your story. How was your Valentine's Day?
Let me tell you about it.
Okay.
Okay, first off, I worked till like 1:30.
Oh yes, I also worked.
Yeah, we worked together.
We worked together.
And I didn't I'd never noticed this before, but like, I really like Valentine's Day. I like just observing. Like when I got off of work, I went to the store right after, and the amount of like guys I saw like with bouquets in their hands, it was so cute. And all the girls that like came in the store and like came through the drive-thru wearing pink. It was just like,
I know a lot of I think Saint Valentine gets a lot of flack for being like a consumerist holiday, and
Yeah.
say what you will about it. I mean, sure, but like I think there is something like cheesy and romantic about seeing people so color-coded in such nice, happy colors, and that's coming from someone who wears black every day. And seeing people use such a consumerist excuse to display their love and be all giddy throughout the day and seeing people with flowers, like you said, because you don't see it often. But I also went to the grocery store, and just like seeing so many people walk around with flowers, despite whatever excuses it was for them buying them, it was kind of cute.
I know.
Like seeing all these big burly men with a little tiny bouquet of flowers.
I saw a man walking out of Whole Foods with like this bouquet of like orange roses. I saw, when I was driving home, there was this guy stopped on the side of the road, and he was like digging through his trunk, like he was trying to get something, and there was this huge bouquet of like red roses in the back. So cute. Anyway.
Sorry, not to just, yeah.
Adorable holiday. I was about to say underrated, not underrated. Everyone goes crazy for it.
Unless you're single.
Unless you're single. But then that's fine, because you can like give little valentines to your friends.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Get into that.
Yeah, buy yourself some roses.
Get into loving yourself. Like when I'm like freshman year of high school, my like first time I ever really like celebrated, because my parents used to give me like little things, like a little tiny thing of chocolates or like a little card. But like my first, I guess, like recognition of the holiday and like the presence or like the lack thereof of like having a partner, because I feel like the freshman year of high school, that's when people started like actually dating people, and like a lot of like people I knew started like getting into relationships and dating more. And so my first ever Valentine's Day, I bought myself some roses, got mad, flung them against the counter, and then ran myself a bath and took the petals and put it in my bath. Get into that.
That's sick.
Had me a little Morticia Adams moment. Had a bunch of roseless stems. That's vibey.
We did. I never, like when I was younger, I always loved Valentine's Day. I wasn't in a relationship until like junior year of high school, but like even leading up to that, I always loved it. And like elementary school, we would always, like my school dedicated like a time at the end of the day to like exchange Valentines.
Yup. I would eat that up.
I love that.
The little cards with like the suckers or like the stickers or tattoos that came with them.
And some people were like, they would only give them to their friends, or like they were
I
really like
everybody.
Yeah, I made one for
I gave
every
better
single person.
Valentines to my friends, but like I always gave something to everybody. I don't discriminate. Love, don't discriminate. Love, don't discriminate, baby.
Okay, so got off work yesterday. My boyfriend and I made a plan. We were gonna go camping. Because like last week we were like out hiking, and he was like, I want to go camping, and I was like, do you want to go on Valentine's Day? Because I didn't work the next day. Today.
I remember you loosely mentioning that. Yeah.
And so our plan was to go find some kind of like campground or some kind of like park. We've done this before. We just like go find somewhere we can park, and we just sleep in his car. We like set up a little camp. Again, done this before.
Uh-oh.
So it should have been totally fine. So, I get off work. I like go home, I eat, I shower, I pack. He comes and picks me up. I'm all giddy for no reason. I'm like so excited.
Aww.
And then we go to Kroger because we have to pick up a few things. See an old man holding a giant bouquet of flowers. It was so cute. Just like kind of waddling through the store with this big thing of flowers. I know.
Not the waddle.
He was so old. So we stopped by the store. We had this plan to go to this one campground, but he tried calling them and they didn't answer. And
Rude.
So he was like, I think they're closed. And I was like, oh dang. This place was like 30 minutes away.
I can just imagine you guys talking. You're like, Tate's like, oh, they're closed. Oh, dang.
Oh shucks.
Oh goodness.
Gosh darn.
On to the next.
So he calls one of his friends. He asks if he has any recommendations around like the gorge, Red River Gorge, which is like an hour away from here. But I was like, that's fine. Also, Tate had work today at 8:30 this morning, so we knew that we were gonna have to leave early.
Yeah, it's kind of loca.
I know. So his friend recommends us this one place, and we were like, yeah, that sounds vibey. Go to the store on our merry way. We listen to a podcast on the way there. We pull up. You've been there, right? To the gorge? So beautiful. I've never been there before.
Stunning.
It was really
Isn't the
nice.
gorge where the moonbow is?
The what?
The moonbow? Oh, you don't know about her?
I don't know what you're saying to me.
I won't cut you off anymore, but
go-
remind me, are
go
you sure?
ahead, yeah.
Okay, for sure. Sorry, I don't mean to rude as hell. Anyways, the moonbow is this like natural phenomenon. No, for sure.
No, just keep going.
Anyways, that occurs like there's like some kind of like moon phase that happens. It's not just a full moon because it only happens like every like so many years. I can't remember, but it's like a huge event, and like people go there, and there's this space where there's like a waterfall, and this certain moon phase creates a rainbow. Like
Like at night?
yeah,
That's sick.
against the waterfall, and it's called the moonbow, and it is the most the last time, not the last time, I act like I've been doing this every year. The first and only time that I went and saw it was my freshman year of high school when I first moved here, and I was like bewildered, shocked. Miss Nature did that. I was like, because we all stayed out super late, like there were campers and stuff everywhere, and I remember this is when I slept normally, and so I like, was snug as a rug, and my parents woke me up, and they were like, "Shawty, wake your ass up, the moonbow's happening in an hour." That's not exactly how it went.
I get the picture, yeah.
But like everyone around us, like there were we weren't allowed to have like an actual campfire where we were, but they made like a little tiny like grill fire, and we were roasting marshmallows, and then we had to hike a mile to the waterfall, and we saw this beautiful moonbow, and it was stunning.
How big is it? Like, how big is the waterfall?
It's I think it was like 30 feet.
Dang.
It was stunning.
I can't even, like, imagine what that looks like.
I can't even describe it because it's not even like, obviously it's not the same as a rainbow,
Yeah.
but like it creates the same like color prism, but like it's darker and the stars are out, and like it feels so engulfing and beautiful.
The stars were insane there.
The stars are insane.
I normally can't even see the stars without my glasses. Also, don't know where my glasses are. So
Stars
that
in the
wasn't an
city.
option.
Wow. Stars in nature. Stars go hard.
They went hard.
Stars kind of did
I
that.
saw those stars.
I was looking with my eyes.
We should look that up and see when the next one is happening.
We
And
should all go.
We should go, yeah.
Let me write that down real quick before I fork over.
Okay. Yeah, the stars were stunning.
Some random person tagged me in something.
Yeah. It was beautiful there. I was getting the vibe. It
So
was
you
a
guys
good
ended
vibe.
up going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we pull up. His friend recommended that like this one specific area, so that's where we went, and it was super cool. It was like there was kind of a main like twisty, windy road, and then there was like trailheads kind of like off to the side every like mile, half a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And so you like pull off to one of the trailheads, and it's like this dirt parking lot area, and then they have like a trail that you can follow, and they have like a little trail that goes down a little bit, and there's like an open area where you can like pitch a tent, do a fire, and then you keep walking down and you end up at the gorge, like the actual like drop off. Super cool, super vibey place. I was having a great time. So also,
Sensing a big butt.
the butt comes later. Also, I was kind of stressed because I was working. I was like up late the night before, and I hadn't like planned anything at all. Like I knew that I like knew roughly what we were like gonna pack for food and like what I was gonna bring, but I hadn't like had like the time or like mental space to like think about it. But my boyfriend ended up like bringing everything and like planning everything. Like he figured out where we were gonna go.
Okay.
Super sick.
Left that in.
He packed stuff to make. We talked about. I asked him what we were gonna bring, and he was like hot dogs. And I was like, honestly, yeah, I can buy some veggie dogs, and we can do that.
I was about to say, did you eat a hot dog?
No, I did not eat a hot
Chicken
dog.
and pork or beef?
Absolutely not.
I was about to say, who is this?
But he ended up packing stuff for burgers. So he got me a little like Beyond patty. So we pull up. I bought this like mattress topper. The one that was on my living room floor. Put it in his car. Very comfortable. And he bought this little like grill. So we pull up, we start like unpacking our stuff, we like walk around a little bit. And then we realized we didn't bring any kind of like paper towels or like napkins. Like I thought, it crossed my mind that we could stop somewhere and just like get a bunch of napkins, and by the time we got there I'd like forgotten.
Yeah.
So we unpack our stuff, and then we realize, and we pack back up our stuff, and we go like 6 minutes down the road to the gas station, and I get like baby wipes, and then we go back to the trail, unpack all our stuff again, and we start a little fire. I have my little disposable camera. I'm taking some pictures.
Making memories.
He's in full like
camper mode.
Like man mode. Like I'm gonna build this fire, and I'm just kind of like sitting watching him do his thing.
Yes, babe, get into that. Build that fire.
Built kind of a sick fire.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, because of the gas station trip we had to make, it started to get dark by the time we started cooking, which was fine, but we couldn't see anything. So, it's a little stressful. It's like taking a long time to cook because it's on a fire.
Did you bring a flashlight?
Yeah, I mean, like we had our phone flashlights.
Them things so minuscule.
It was fine. He had these little like lights that like pull up, and it is a flashlight, but then there's like a little thing around it.
Oh, like a little lantern?
Yeah. He had 2 of those, so that helped. We also forgot to bring any kind of like utensil to like.
So y'all were raw dogging the burger.
Yeah. No, I carved some little sticks, and we used the sticks, and it worked beautifully.
She's like, yeah, you can catch me on the next episode of Survivor.
Yeah.
One thing about me, I'm gonna survive.
Kind of a camping god, honestly.
Yeah, one thing about me, I'm gonna carve a stick.
So it ended up being fine. He also brought fries, and when he told me this, I was like, how on earth is that gonna work? And he asked me if I had like a pan that we could fry them in, and I was like, not really. So we went and got one of those, you know, those like tinfoil like lasagna trays that like moms bring to a potluck. We got some of those at Kroger.
Okay.
And we put it on top of the grill and put oil in it, and then fried the fries in that, and it like worked so well. Kind of crazy. A little bit of a camping life hack if you want some fries.
Kinda wanna do that at home.
They were delicious.
But again, fire at home. Sorry.
Again, didn't have any like paper towels to like set them on, so a little bit oily, but it was fine.
You just shake them off.
Yeah.
Instead of like dabbing off the oil, you're just like,
Each individual one. So, food's cooking. It's getting dark. It's kind of hard to see. So we're trying to cook and like hold the flashlights at the same time. And we're like, this isn't working. And he's like, should I turn the car? Because the parking lot is like up there, and then maybe like 50 feet down is this little camp fire we started. So he's like, should I turn the car and like turn the headlights on so we can see over here? I was like, oh yeah, that's smart. Do that. So he did. Maybe like 5-7 minutes later, we see another car pull into the parking lot, and he's like, oh, let me go up there really quick so they don't like take any of our stuff in the car. He goes up, the headlights turn off, and he yells my name, and like as soon as I hear that, like I knew immediately what happened. And I was like, what? And he was like, my car battery died. And like right as he said that, the people like pulled out of the parking lot. They were gone. His car battery died. We were the only people there. Both of our phones were at like 20%. And we were like, what the fuck did we do?
I thought you was gonna say some park ranger came out and said y'all need to move. Damn.
They left our
Could have been an
ass.
episode of Stranded.
It was.
It was
We
an
were
episode
stuck out there. So like, okay, so at this point we're both freaking out.
Understandably so.
He's being like so hard on himself because he's like, why? Like I should have known that was gonna happen. Why did I do that? But it wasn't like the lights weren't on for that long. It died like really fast. So we're kind of like looking through our options. Well, we're kind of sitting there freaking out for a good minute, and then we're like, okay, what can we do? Of course, our first thought is like, do we call 911? Do we call the police? And I'm like, that seems a little bit drastic. Let's try to think of something else first.
Y'all could have called the park.
Oh, we did.
Oh, okay. Let me just.
So I'm looking up numbers like on my phone. There's like a Red River Gorge number.
Like non-emergency.
Yeah, just like a number. And so I'm thinking we can call them, like see if they can send someone out here. Call them, and it's like 7:30 also at this point. It's really dark outside, but it's only like 7:30. Call them, and it's like, the office is closed at this time. For other information, press blah, blah, blah. And so we're like, okay, no one's there. In the little parking lot, there's a sign that has emergency numbers on it. There's a number for like the regular office or whatever. There's a sign for the state police, or there's a number for the state police. There's a number for the like county sheriff. We call the county police first. There's like a regular number, and it rings for like 45 seconds, and then it's this automated voice that says like, put in your remote access code. No
HELP.
no, kind of like, I looked online, there's like nowhere to like find like
I've
what
never
that,
heard of that.
Who-
A remote access code?
why would you call the police and then they ask you for a code to be able to talk to them? It's crazy.
Call this toll-free number.
So we called the police. There was another number that said like dispatch, called this number. So we called that number. Same thing happened. And then we're like, okay. Then we called the state police number. Same thing happened.
Sick.
And the other numbers were like fishing and wildlife information.
At this point, I would have just stayed on the phone till like anybody answered and been like, "Can you please direct me to like
We tried, and it
a
just like
phone line where like a police will actually answer?"
we tried just staying on the like all the police ones, and they just like ended themselves. They were like, no. So we're kind of like wandering around, Tate's like, he's like whistling off in the distance to see if there's like anyone nearby. It's like
That's really
complete.
brave.
I know. It's like complete silence, except for some coyotes in the distance,
My true crime ass would be like,
which
well,
sounds like people screaming. It's really scary.
yeah, coyotes howling sounds like little girls screaming, and it's
Anyway, so my like optimistic part of my brain is
I do admire that about you.
is fine for the most part.
Yeah.
Like when it first happens, I'm like, okay, it could be a lot worse. Worst
Yeah.
case, we're stuck here till the morning, and then we could call someone. The only problem is Tate had to be back in Lexington at 8:30, and I didn't say it, but I was like, maybe you're just gonna have to miss work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if you, at some point, like, your employer has to understand that life happens if you're effing stranded in the woods.
And I think that waiting until the morning was like a better option than calling 911. Because you know how sometimes they also like fine you if it's not a real emergency? I didn't want anything like that to happen. So we call all the numbers that we find that like we think would work, and none of them worked. At this point, I am starting to panic a little bit. I'm starting to
Yeah.
freak out. I'm like, what in the world do we do? Also, at this point, our food had finished, and we had brought everything back up to the car. And Tate was like, okay, you want to just like chill out for a second? We'll eat, and then we'll figure something out. And I was like, I guess so. So we're sitting in our car eating, both like, what do we do? And so I'm like, okay, what if the gas station we went to was like 8 minutes away. What if?
Y'all walked.
No.
Oh,
That was another option, was to
it's
just,
the most unassuming story. Normally, I can tell what's gonna happen next.
I also thought that we could just stand like on the road like with our flashlights and like wait for someone to pass by, because there were cars
It's
passing
so
by.
dangerous.
What else were we
You
gonna
ain't
do?
never seen a true crime show.
I was with a man, it was okay. No. That definitely crossed my mind. So we didn't do that. Instead, get this. I proposed this idea.
Okay.
What if we call the gas station that we were just at,
Okay.
just see if anyone can help us? Like if anyone has jumper cables and can come meet us. So he calls the marathon. Not sponsored. He calls the marathon. And this girl, like probably my age, answers. She's like, hello? And he's like, so
Long story short,
like such a weird situation to explain. He's like, we're on a trail, my car battery is dead, we're pretty close to you guys, like, is there anyone there that like can help or like has jumper cables and like can come help us? And she's like, 1 second. And then she hands it to someone else. It's this older lady. She's like, hello? And he's like, hey, we're on a trail, my car battery died, can anyone help us? And she's like, 1 second. And she hands it to a man, and he's like, hello? Has to go through the whole thing again. And the man on the other end sounds like so confused, of course. He's like, what? He's like, okay, where are you guys? And so we had like looked up the trail we were on, and we were like, we're at this trail. Like we don't have jumper cables, but like, he was like, okay, I got jumper cables. And we were like, okay, we're right here, we're like this far away, we're on this road. And he was like, okay, I can come meet you guys. And we were like, thank you so much.
a modern day hero.
Yeah. He was like, okay. He sounded like an old man. I thought he was like a 6-year-old man. So we go and stand by the road, like on the entrance of the trail.
Mhm.
We stand there with our flashlights. So he like comes up. He's like, "My name's Steven. I'll be in a black Jeep. I'll be up there." We're like, "Okay, thank you so much."
Thank you, Steven.
And so we're standing there, and we hear like a distant like car sound, and he pulls around the corner. We see some Jeep headlights. Dog.
Shout out Steven.
Shout out Steven with the black Jeep. He
Yeah.
he pulled up. He saw us on the road. He's like, "Y'all the ones that are stranded out here?" We're like,
You see
"Yep,
anybody else, Steven?
yep, that's us." And he pulled up. He jumped our car. I gave him $40, and then he left. I tried to hand it to him. I was like, "Thank you so much. Like, can I give you this?" And he was like, "No, you don't have to." And I was like, Steven,
Steven, you are taking this.
Steven, you were our last option before calling 911. Like, and he said, "If it'll make you feel better." He took it. So Steven jumped our car. We felt great after that.
So did you leave?
No. We stayed the night like we were going to.
See, y'all are crazy because my immediate thought would have been like, okay, well, when we go to turn off the car to go to sleep, who's to fucking say the car will turn back on in the morning?
It was fine. We turned it back on. We left it running. We
My
turned it
paranoid
off.
ass would be like, all right, the car's running, let's get home.
No, we stuck it through.
And that was the story of the trials and tribulations of life, human resistance and persistence, and generosity from strangers.
Mm-hmm. The moment that I knew the car battery died, I knew that there was going to be a solution. Did not know that that was going to be the solution. Did not know Steven was going to come to our rescue.
The whole time listening to the story, I would have never, for some reason I thought a park ranger was going to play a part.
That crossed my mind too. I thought like, okay, maybe someone's like patrolling out here. Maybe they'll come find us. Nah.
Yeah, I definitely assumed that someone would just...
Also, that's another thing. I'm assuming the first two girls we talked to like worked at the marathon.
Yeah, maybe that was their boss.
Steven pulled up. He's like, "So where y'all from?" And we're like, "We're from Lexington." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I go there every day." We're like, "Oh, you like work? You travel back and forth?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he left, and I was like, I don't think he worked at that marathon because he works here. He was just like a customer at the marathon, and he was like,
Those girls were like,
"Sure."
Is there a man here? We got a man job. We got a job for a man here.
Isn't that
You, sir.
You got some jumper cables?
He's
You look
literally
like-
just checking out like a pack of cigs and like getting 25 in his tank. And they're like, do you got jumper cables? Sir, we got some stranded folks.
I'm so like amazed. He was so nice.
Hey, they pass him the phone. Hey, somebody's on the phone for you?
It's for you.
Oh, really?
Hello?
Hello, this is Steven.
Yeah. I'm still in awe because like he did not have to do that. Like if you were at a gas
Feel good story.
if you were at a gas station and someone was like, "Hey, come help me."
I'd be like, fuck no.
No. That's why I gave him $40.
Like, that's kind of wholesome or whatever. That's kind of makes me feel good in the chest. Kind of makes my heart go pitter patter. What? Oh, it's a critter. No, don't. Let me see him.
You want him?
Yeah.
I know. That just kind of goes to show that humanity
Is alive.
can
Never
be good
dead.
sometimes. It's alive. What are you doing?
Poor chap never learned how to swim, eh? Oh, he's wiggling. He's
still
still alive. Oh, where he going?
I don't know. He's gonna crawl on you.
That's okay. Hey, well, he's gonna be. Oh,
Oh, you killed him.
no, he's just upside down. It's okay. Don't even fret. Don't even fret. No, just get back on. Oh, his antenna's fucked up. No, it's not. Maybe
No,
he's
it's
just
not.
holding it like that.
Because they're both like that.
Maybe both of his antennas are fucked.
I think he's fine.
No, come here. Come to mama. It's okay. That's alright. Yeah. Yeah, get into that.
Get that away from me.
Yes, King. Get into that.
He's gonna crawl inside and you're not gonna be able to get him out.
Yes, I will. I want him to die in there.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
Damn, getting mixed signals from you.
Feeling like a compulsive liar today, I guess. It's okay. It's okay.
Dog.
I just wasn't expecting him to jump like that.
He jumped.
He jumped. It's okay, I'm not scared of you.
You wanna put him in the plant?
Sure. I really like him. I want to take him home.
You do.
Just wasn't expecting him to commit suicide. That was crazy. Jump scare.
Literally. Jump.
He literally was right here and then jumped off.
He was feeling brave.
Hope he's okay.
I think he's fine.
I feel like he just got like a whiplash.
Probably.
But then again,
He did that to himself.
you're only so big. Why would you jump?
We have big plans to watch the SpongeBob movie tomorrow with all our friends. I think I'm gonna make popcorn.
You're gonna make popcorn?
Yeah. Because why wouldn't I?
I do like popcorn.
And we're gonna eat dinner at Waffle House.
So that's confirmed? Waffle House confirmed?
I confirmed it in my mind just now. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, you cut your bangs since the last time we did this.
Yes, unfortunately, I did in fact cut my bangs.
Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, so I have the mental problem that causes me to be severely bored very often. I always have to be doing something, always have to be changing something. I don't feel like being read, so do with that what you will. But I decided to cut my bangs. I've had bangs before, but I've never had a baby bang. It wasn't my intention to have baby bangs as I do now. I went to go cut my bangs regularly, and like an effing idiot, I understand the concept of cut longer than you're expecting. I get that.
I also reminded her to do that.
But
beforehand.
physically, I guess my hands didn't get the memo. Because she did quite literally say, just cut longer than you think. And then I sent a text back, shitting my pants.
I do admit, I don't remember where I was when I received that text, but it is one of the funniest I have received.
She literally just texted, I'm like in the midst of like about to break down,
I
okay?
knew you were panicking in that moment, and I felt bad for thinking it was funny, but just that context right there.
She texted me, bruh. I'm over here like, oh my god, I'm shitting my pants. And she said, bruh.
Oh, I was just leaving somewhere, and I was on my way home, and I was driving, so I couldn't text you back. So I said that, and then I left.
I see.
I'm really sorry.
So I texted her back and I said, well, it was nice knowing you.
I didn't.
Girl, I cannot stop crying. It's so bad. I've never felt so uggo and displaced by my hair. Cause girl, what the hell is that? Hey. What the fuck is that?
Shitting my pants.
Shitting my pants. So she had to like coax me out of it. And then we ended up fixing them and trimming them up a little bit. And this is what I'm left with. For now.
I think they look slay. I've told you that many times already. I think you rock the baby bang.
I got told by an old customer that I was giving Winona Ryder.
Does she have baby bangs?
In like the late 90s she did.
Oh.
When she was dating Senor Johnny Depp.
You also got told by a customer that you're perfect, and you had those bangs when she said that. So, I don't know what more you need.
My customer did in fact say that I looked perfect. And then, while we're on that subject, I guess I'll just open that can of beans. It's nothing serious. I just think she's a beautiful woman. She's got like blunt, like silver hair and all these tattoos and just like the epitome of like everything I wish I was. Like always wearing black, just looks so like grunge and fucked up, but like in a very put together way, you know? She looks beautiful.
She's got. Does she have kind of like shaggy hair?
Mm-hmm.
Like piercings?
Piercing. Oh, she is stunning. Always has these like beautiful black nails. And you know those people that like are very animated when they speak, and she's got all these like clickety clackety bracelets, so whenever she's like ordering and shit, like her bracelets be moving, and I'm like, anyways, I've always thought she was beautiful, but we've never really talked. Like, I'll just be like, oh, here's your total. She'll give me the cash, I give her shit, and move on. Like, it's purely transactional. But then, all of a sudden, yesterday, she came into the drive-thru and she was like, I just wanted to let you know, you are so cute. Like, you are so beautiful. Like, everything about you is just such a vibe. And I was like, oh. Okay.
And it's the bangs that did it. I knew she thought that before, and then you cut your bangs, and she was like, "Okay."
If
That's
Lord
the last
Farquaad
straw.
did it for her, then I guess Lord Farquaad did it for her.
I've definitely looked like Lord Farquaad before with my hair, so
I severely doubt that.
no, I did.
If you're talking about like when you were 5, everyone goes through
No,
that.
I'm talking about when I was 17 and I cut my hair. No, this was the kicker. Split dyed my hair and then cut it like to here. I was watching Shrek with my family and I was turned to the side where you could only see the black side, and they said, Avery, that's you. And I said, dang it. You're
What
right.
y'all know about that scene from Shrek though, where Farquaad gets a literal boner and like pull the sheets up when he's like, mirror, mirror on the wall.
I do not know what you're talking about. Where he's laying
He's
in
like,
bed.
yeah, and he's like, show me the princess again. And it literally just cuts to that picture of Fiona going like this and like looking off into the distance. And he's like, oh. He literally,
I haven't seen Shrek in a while.
this two hump, 1 pump chunk got himself a little boner.
Ew.
And they showed that on Mr. Shrek the Ogre's movie.
Those movies were kind of raunchy.
Get into that.
Don't get into that.
No, don't actually get into that. Sorry. But like, why does no one ever talk about that?
I don't know. Remind me when we go back to my apartment to give you your tattoo gun back.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But what was I saying? Oh, and then my crush number came back again today. Guys, I'm not even effing kidding you when I tell you I might develop a bit of an ego. She came in today and she was like, oh, I found something for you, but I forgot to bring it. I'll bring it tomorrow. And I was like, okay, girl, I'll be here. You know, I'll be working the weekdays.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
I'm so excited to find out. I hope I'm there when I have this
I am
tomorrow.
too. But she came in and she was like, you're literally just so perfect. And I was like, she was like, I thought about you all day yesterday and just like how cute you are. And I was like, me in my mind, I was like, is this queer coded? Is she flirting with me? Does she want me? She wants me.
She for sure wants you. I don't know
She
who was
wants
trying to
me.
convince you that she doesn't, but she for sure does.
My pea-sized current ego was like, no, she doesn't want you, bro. She wants you.
She wants you for sure.
But then when she was like, I've been thinking about you all day, I was like, damn, she wants me.
She for sure wants you. You don't
So-
just tell someone that.
That's what I'm saying. I only say that to the homies and like really beautiful strangers. Just kidding. But the fact that she said that, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of like, these past few days, I've had a pretty positive attitude, which is like not even trying to be funny, weird for me. As a very pessimistic person,
No, that's good.
naturally, it has like put me into like such a high because I love I love complimenting women, and I love when women are so kind to each other. Like, not to sound corny and like, oh, women supporting women, but like, it genuinely fills me with like so much happiness to receive a compliment by a girl, because it just means so much. Like, she went out of her way and was like,
And you know that she doesn't want anything out of it.
no, she doesn't. Unlike that one guy that was like, how would you feel about sitting on a couch with me? I was like,
Unlike the man that looked at me and said, I like your hair. I said, thank you. He said, yeah, I like how it's all done up like that.
you look like, slowly removes the ponytail. You look like a
I have
lemon
to pull it up
slice.
for work. It's not for you.
No, for sure.
Someone ordered a lemon slice the other day.
I was there. I remember that. I immediately got flashbacks.
I meant to say something to you and I just got distracted.
No, he was like, do you guys have lemon slices? And I was like, I don't think you understand where you're at. This is like
Can I get one of them lemon slices?
bottom
Carrie?
of the pit for
Carrie, she
Starbucks.
wants you. Oh, you mean my home dog here?
Oh, my home dog? Hey, like working there makes me realize like how gross like a man's compliment is and can be versus a woman's.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and then literally right after my customer, this other lady came in, and I don't know what this is supposed to mean technically, but she looked me up and down and she was like, you look like someone who enjoys trinkets. And I was like, how did you know? I do love a trinket.
That is so specific and
so targeted.
accurate.
Yeah, so accurate. And the fact that she pulls out this little turtle, and then like she opened, and when I say little, it was like quarter sized. Okay? And she was like, go ahead, open its shell. And I was like, okay. I opened it, and it's a watch. I was like, I felt so bad though, because she was like, oh, you can have it. And I was like, oh, I couldn't possibly. And then just gave it back to her.
No, you should have taken that.
I should have. Ma'am, wherever you are,
Please come back.
please come back. I would love.
Do you remember her face?
Yeah.
Just ask her next time she comes back in.
Hey,
do
so
you
like, I
still-
didn't mean it. So like, I didn't mean to give it back to you.
I've been thinking about that turtle all day.
So like, I would like to be selfish now, and I would like to have the turtle. Can I still have that? She's like, no, I gave it to somebody else, another trinket loving hoe. She's like, I found someone else who's on the spectrum, and was like, you can have this.
That was for sure a loss on your end, but
I fumbled. I could have made like a really cool piece of jewelry with that. I was like,
it's okay.
snooze you lose, I guess.
Guess so. Not the sudden silence in the podcast. That's
Sorry.
the best part, when we just stop talking.
I felt like it ended organically.
Huh?
It felt like it was organic for me to stop.
No, it was an appropriate place to stop, but just having like solid 20 seconds of silence in a podcast.
Oh, you should keep that in for sure.
Okay.
Like, in my brain, I was like, do I have anything else to say?
No.
No, I don't think I do. Was I going to address the fact that I was done? No. No, I was not. And with that, I'm done.
I was kind of making fun of myself because I was on my phone, literally.
Yeah, how
I'm sorry.
How rude.
I'm so sorry.
Kids today.
I'm trying to get an adapter so we can watch SpongeBob tomorrow.
Kids
I
nowadays.
need it by tomorrow, so if I need to get one off of
Let's
Amazon,
get one
I
off.
have
You realize you
I
can get
have
one at
to
like
get
Walmart, right?
now. I don't want to go to Walmart.
Adapter.
Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Hardly know her. I thought you were gonna say it.
No, I was waiting on you.
I
That's why
hardly
paused.
even know her.
Thank you. One thing about men, they're gonna have an HDMI cord.
That's so true. I have an HDMI cord. I just don't have one that I can hook into there.
I probably do too. And to be honest, I could be selfless and look for you, but all my cords are currently in a drawer
You don't need to do that.
that is like very stressful.
That's okay.
And to like even begin to tackle that beast, I'd have to be like in peak perfect mental health. And I'm not there, bestie. Gotta be real honest with you.
You can only that specific one, or you only organize and go through all your shit when you're in perfect mental health?
Just like specific things, like all my cords and stuff
That is a battle.
for like my Nintendo DS, my
that is-
3DS.
That is a battle. You
my
have to be brave
Wii,
to fight.
my cameras, extra phone chargers.
You got a whole Wii?
Yeah.
You should do a Wii gameplay.
Girl, I literally played Just Dance like 2 weeks ago. I literally was dancing to Pump Up the Jam. Pump it up. Why your feet are stumping?
What you know about that Usher performance?
Usher, baby.
Bless you. I've had. These are my confessions.
I thought he was gonna play some different songs off his discography. Also, I felt like I was intruding on him and Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Thought they were gonna like bump cooters together like on live TV. I was like,
Didn't like it when he took his shirt off. I know
that was unnecessary.
That was a little too much for me.
Like, okay, girl, you can show nipple on TV, but Miss Alicia Keys can't. Although Miss Alicia Keys was wound up tight in that corset top.
Yeah.
I'm no better than Usher. Alicia Keys looked beautiful. I think Usher baby needed to turn it down. I mean, tone it down.
Turn it down.
Turn
It's
it
too loud.
down. Turn it down. No, I think he needed to tone it down. He was doing a bit much. The shirt off was just like unnecessary.
The roller skating though, that was vibey.
When Lil Jon showed up,
Lil Jon. Oh yeah, that was vibey too.
yeah, that was fun. I really didn't like how dehydrated he looked.
Usher,
Yeah. Like, my guy was perspirating.
he was.
They needed to,
perspirating.
and like, I get it. Like, all those lights on you, and it's hot, and the costume changes, and running around and singing.
He put
I could
those-
never.
He changed and put those roller skates on so fast.
But my thing is, nobody had a little towelette they could throw him. Nobody had a little dry rag they could pat him down.
Maybe he was moving too fast. They couldn't catch him.
I didn't like it. He was like singing, and like anytime he like flicked his head really fast, like
in the
sweat
peak of his
would just.
in the peak of his perspir. Maybe that's why he took his shirt off.
He could have at
simply
least like dried his face
No,
off in the midst.
threw it.
Yeah, Usher probably like a 6 out of 10.
6 out of. I was gonna say that. 6 out of 10, Usher.
Usher 6 out of 10. Alicia Keys 12 out of 10.
Yeah,
She's literally so beautiful.
she was wonderful.
Don't really like how she let Usher grind on her though. Alicia,
Alicia.
Miss Keys,
At least he was.
respectfully, Miss Keys.
Miss Keys. That piano she was playing was kind of crazy. It looked like a modern art like stool that you could sit on. That would be really uncomfortable.
She played Beethoven's Sonata number 5.
I have not seen.
That shit go hard as fuck.
Yeah.
That shit was good. One thing about me, I'm gonna love a classical piece. One thing about Miss Keys, she gonna slay a classical piece. And she puts her whole bussy into it, bro. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, but the piece she played at his funeral, not his funeral, it's not fun.
I'm sweating even more now.
No, for sure. At his celebration of life at the Lakers stadium, she played a classical piece that was like apparently one of his favorites or something. She ate down. And with all due respect, it may have seemed like I was being disrespectful because I laughed.
No, I know you're really getting into this.
It's not funny. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I think there's something to be said about that.
What?
Anything like revolving around death, I laugh.
Yeah.
One thing about me, I'm gonna be at a funeral and I'm gonna be laughing.
One time.
My grandpa's funeral, they literally had to kick me out of the room. I had to Like a
Just
like
in
a
an
principal taking a student out of class. They
Just
made me
'cause-
stand out in the hallway.
like uncomfortable with death, or just like you think
No,
it's
I'm
funny?
comfortable with death.
Okay. Why are you laughing then?
Maybe it's just like a inadvertent coping mechanism. I don't know, because it's not like because I also have that like laughing when I'm comfortable, but like I distinctly remember like I did not feel uncomfortable. Like I went up, I saw his face, I said my goodbyes, but like I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. But like I sat down. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
I feel like you told me this, but I can't remember.
They were giving speeches, you know, in remembrance of his life,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stop laughing.
That's really interesting. I think the first funeral I ever went to, don't remember who it was. Didn't know this man very well, apparently. But my family knew him
To
somehow.
be honest with you, just me could be walking down the street.
We were literally sitting in like the very, very back of the auditorium or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My whole family also almost got kicked out because we were laughing so hard because start of the funeral, oh God.
Did the camera die?
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, y'all spoke too much."
Okay, so we're at the funeral.
Yes.
One of the first things, man in the full wardrobe, kilt and all, starts walking down the aisle playing the bagpipes.
Oh, for sure.
Funny in and of itself, but I'm able to keep it together. Then my little
I wouldn't.
sister, I think she's like 4 at this point. She says, "Why is that man playing the trumpet? Why is that man in the skirt playing the trumpet?"
One thing about a man in a kilt, he gonna play the trumpet.
One of the funniest things she's ever said. We still say it to this day. Why is that man in the skirt playing a trumpet?
Bro, I remember one. This will be my last story, then I'll shut the hell up. I went to a funeral, and it was for a distant family friend.
Uh-huh.
And it was fine. Like, I wasn't uncontrollably laughing. I wasn't, like, everything was fine and dandy. But then they, like, go to close this motherfucker's casket. And they had this huge photo of him printed out. And it was, like, a blanket on top of his casket. Like, it covered the whole thing, but it was just a picture of his face. But somebody, I don't know who did it.
Wait, they printed out a picture of his face like onto a blanket?
It wasn't blanket material. It was like, you know, like the signs that like businesses will have that's like now open, hiring, like that long, like
Just like a
vinyl
really
sheet. Yeah. They had that and they posted a picture of his face on it.
Why would they do him
But
like
it was
that?
so blown up and pixelated.
Yeah.
And it was just like a picture from like his Facebook. It was like a selfie. Oh.
That's
And he
really
was
so
like,
funny.
I'm doing the. Imagine a pixelated picture of a man who was like this.
If I found out someone did that at my funeral, I would
No, his enemy definitely set that shit up.
I would for sure come back to life and
They said, I want to honor him at his funeral. And then they did the most disrespectful.
I'm gonna do that. If you die before me, I'm doing that at your funeral.
They picked the picture where his lazy eye was at its laziest. And when I tell you, like, the picture was so effing blurry. And so I get up, you know, to, like, say goodbye and put my flower on top of the casket. And they got that extremely pneumonia.
They were asking for it. That's not even
I
your
get
fault.
up there, I was like, oh! my friend literally went like this, like punched me in the back and was like, keep walking.
That's really unfortunate.
It's pretty funny though.
Right, and with that, I think we should wrap it up.
Thank you for listening to Bean Juice.
I can't believe that. Whose idea was that?
If any of my enemies come to my funeral and y'all play some shit like that, I will be haunting you for the rest of your life. Get into that, mama.
What if it's your friends?
Hope y'all down for a good motherfucking haunting.
You're gonna beat us up in the afterlife.
No, I'm gonna just do annoying shit. Y'all gonna be sleeping and I'm gonna rip the blankets off, or I'll just lift it to cover your big toe. So you're like, what the fuck?
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Or I'll slash your tires or something. So that way you think somebody in the living world has it out for you. No,
it's you.
It's a ghost and you're never gonna catch me. Boo, bitch. Get into that.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time. Do it again.
What the f was that?
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, bye.